happy Saturday. Welcome to the end of week review for this week, week 47 Q4 2025. So this week we have the huge earning from Nvidia and Nvidia earning. So yeah, it happened last Wednesday. Is that right? November 19th. Yeah, I believe that's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. This week's week 47, November 19th. The Nvidia report come out. Very impressive. The market go up, but then after that it's crashed. So some people read through the report. They say that report it peak basically sells it showed that Nvidia revenue or sales peak already. So that's the idea of the investor or speculator on Wall Street. Right? The minute they see something peak, it reached the height of the pinnacle, right? They sell it, right? That's the whole idea of sell high and buy low right there. For us, we are the retail, we're novice. We make a very common mistake that we are buy high. When we see the market go high, we will buy because we FOMO, we fear missing out. Then when the market falling, we scared to hold, we sell up, so we sell low. We have to do the opposites. If we want to buy, then wait for the market sell to buy. When it's scary to jump, that is exactly the moment you jump. That's the huge lesson we learn. Don't buy when it rally, buy when they are sell off. One of the famous investor, Warren Buffett, right? He said that he will buy when he see the blood on the streets. So when people sell off, everywhere, then that's where he's jumping and he buy. So that's the lesson for us right there, or for general, for anyone who want to go into the financial markets. You have to do the opposite. You buy low. You buy when people sell. You buy when the market sell off. And you sell when the market high. So that is for a little bit lesson on investor or trading like that. So week 47. Is that week 47 or 48? I think we mistake. We said 47 or 48. Let double check real quick. All right. So we're right. We are week 47, but somehow in this calendar they put in 48. Maybe they on Saturday they run up another day or something. But anyway, we are on week 47 right here. So we are right. We check the 47 right there, which is run from November 17th. That's so yeah, 17 to 23rd right there. Anyway, you're right. So we right here. We are in week 47. Next week gonna be week 48. So for this week, a lot of economic data is delayed. The government shutdown to back up. So let's see. And we heard the news say that onward they're not gonna release data quarterly. They want to release semi-annual. Every 6 months. So that's the new regime right there. All right. For the FOMC meeting, that means we're not. The market not gonna have much event to trade. So that's interesting. Let's see how it unfolding in the future when they change the circle of the economic data release, the pillars, they change their pillars, the reporting pillars. So let's say that means the only reliable economics that we can trade on in the meantime is the FOMC meeting. And the FOMC meeting, the last meeting in October, and this month, November, there's no FOMC meeting, and they have a last one for the year 2025 is right before Christmas, 1 week or 2 weeks before Christmas. It's December 9 and 10. So that's the event. For us, we passed our challenge last week, right? We passed on last Tuesday. So for this week and the whole month of November, we're not trading anything. We just celebrate. We learned the lesson in the past, because in the past, as soon as we pass our challenge, which means we activate, we can't wait to activate our account, and then a couple of days later we blow out up our account again, right? So this time we try to do something different, right? We take our time, celebrate our milestones, life is about celebration, and be grateful, instead of try to chase them. We need to let the opportunities come to us. Don't try to chase us. That's the beauty right there. We have to have the inner knowing that it's already there for us, right? We are the side. We're not looking for the side on outside of us to chase. We got FOMO. So we not activate we already passed 7. We're not going to activate until December, and then we go from there. So basically this week and next week, we did not take any trade, and we will not take any trade until December when we activate our account, and then we will take very slow from there. We want to keep this year at a very glorious year for us. So we passed a challenge, and we want to celebrate it as long as we can. So that's the whole idea of celebration. We passed a challenge. It's a very tough talent, right? We tried the whole year, and I think we passed 1 or 2 times. We forgot. We have to look at our booking and know. But anyway, for this week, there are lots of beautiful move, price action. Let's try to review that there are 3 kinds of setup that we are trading. And the fourth one we try to build is so-called candle after expansion, or some people call it a decoy candle, where the algorithm tries to reset the price or try to reset. I think ICT call if you have another term for that is called the transition between a sales program to buy program. That's the whole idea right there. All right, now let's review the Monday, November 17. So we're looking at the high time frame, the weekly on our left, and the monthly is on our right side right there. We're not gonna see much, on the monthly, on the charts, but on a weekly, it can tell us some story right here. So basically, you have a huge candle range right there, and it breaks that range, and you see that it's kind of tests from above right there, right, and it break it, and then this guy make a very indecisive move. Basically, it's not moving much. It tests from above and tests from below, both. But at least if you look on a weekly level, you look at this level, what it tell you, it tests from above twice. You see that? It break right here, this break at this level. It break and it tests from above twice two weeks on the road. So we better watch out at this level to see what the early sign that it may break this level. See that? Or if you mark this level, you also see that also test from below, because that's above level right there. So it's likely it's gonna break, because you see the down move right here, two huge down move here. It left a lot of, it built a lot of sell-side liquidity. He's gonna come back and drip. So that's our take right there when look at the weekly level. All right, now go to the daily right here. That's what we take screenshot on the daily. Daily also give us more details on how thing is gonna happen, right? And you see that this is the FOMC meeting in October, and this one is in September. So we set the range right there, lower range and higher range right there. And you see that this move on Friday, we forgot the date. Let's see, Friday, October 10. Is that so? Friday, October 10, right here. October 10, Friday, right there. That's the huge down move. It says that. And then you see that the rest of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, the weeks following that is all in this range. So as soon as I saw the huge down move, and it did not go to revisit the low or rate the low or sell side, then it tells you that this down move is not finished yet. The whole up move here is the sell side liquidity engineering before it going down and rip the low right here. So that's the story that we inferred when we did the chart. And you see the low upper range right here, the minute above that it start sell off. But interesting right here, you can see that, I mean right here you can see the double top right here. Okay, that's right, yeah, double top. So basically if you look at this level, you see break, and then you have what? Reclaim, break, reclaim, break. Then we thought that it's gonna make a neck leg move, right? But the minute it got flipped right here, it go down, break the low, then it tell you that get ready, it's gonna go down and take all this sell side liquidity right there. Let's do a little bit analysis right here. So basic is right here, basically it's right here. Alright, let's do annotation. You have break, okay, and then you have the reclaim, and then you have break, then boom, you have reclaim, and then break number 3 right there. So the minute break number 3, that's the moment we thought that it's gonna be what? It's gonna be the neck leg up, but that exactly where it got flipped. And how you gotta see the flip right here, you see that above the level. And the minute level, boom, it reversed. So right here we have what is called a double top, or another, in our own term we call it is a, in the nomenclature is the popular one is double top. But for our purposes, we call it is a 4 breakout type 3. 4 breakout type 3 right there. So here's our right up right here. So perfectly line of on a daily time frame. You have break, and then you have reclaim, but we skip the reclaim annotation for now. So number 3, right? Basically you have break and then have to reclaim right away, right? The minute it break and reclaim, and then you have 5 is a third break right there. The minute it go into third break, it looks very attractive. It looks like gonna make a neckline up. That is exactly the moment that it flipped. So this is a 4 breakout type 3. That's our language right there. 4 breakout type 3. And in this case is a double top pattern. Yeah, double top. And in this case is a reversal. Like you want it to break. I mean, in some case only break twice, but 3 is better. But sometimes it can go to 4 or 5. So basically, the market need to build a lot of liquidity. That's the reason why it do a lot of back and forth before a major move taking place, because they need to build liquidity. The market they receive the big order, so they have to manipulate the market, or they set the algo run that way so they can build up liquidity in order to unload the new order that they got from their clients. So that's the whole idea right there. So there's a 4 breakout type 3 reversal. Break, reclaim, reclaim. Alright, let's view the 3 type of setup that we are trading. Here's our definition for the 4 breakout type 3 right there. Right, this is simplified. So basically you see that it's like a double top right here. And the third break right there, that's the moment that it look like gonna make another leg up, but it got flipped right there. So in this case, it's a short setup, which it matched with this one. So type 3 right there. Very interesting. And here's the type 1 and type 3 2 that we are doing with trading. Alright, so here's our types 1, very common, and type 2 also very common. From what our experience or our observation, we saw that the type 1 is happening largely on the reversal, and the type 2 largely on the retracement side, which is continuation. It finished continuation in order to make a neck leg up or leg down. So here's the type 1 right there, the upper both side. The type 1 is on the left side and type 2 is on the right side. Up on the top is the short setup and vice versa. In the bottom is a long setup. So basically the type 1 you see is break a level. It can be key level. Key level in this case can be a long high time frame, preferred, or it can be a low time frame, in this case a 15-minute time frame. But if we have the confluence where the high time frame and the low time frame is proximities, it means they are close together, and then that perfect scenario when you have both time frame are aligned or alignment aligned together, or proximities, then perfect. So that's type 1 right there. Break, test from above and reverse. Break, test from below and then reverse. Test first, break and reverse. That's type 2 right there. Test first, test from above, break and reverse. So you see that now I think we get the we have a better one. Okay, so this one much better. This one version 3 better because it tells a story that type 2 is the finish of retracement. You have a lot of retracement, and this is the retracement before make a neck up. Or the retracement right here and make a neck leg down. Right, so that's type 2 right there. And type 1 is just reversal right there. So, and if type 1s and type 2 and type 3 kind of sometimes is kind of overlap. So we have to be watch right there. So you can see that maybe a late level. You see that test from below, first break and then reverse. That tell you a type 2 right there, make a second leg down. So alright, so we have that idea when we see that chart, the weekly, not the weekly, but daily on Monday. Now we go into the 15 minutes on a Monday, right here. So that's the Monday. So you see that the London, the Asia Open is pretty much at the prior day, which is the Friday PM range right there. So look on the daily, right, at that level. So what we see that on the daily, it's just right there at that level. So let's see if it break that level, then we know that it's gonna make the neck leg down right there. So let's watch the tips for Monday. All right, now we roll the tips on Monday and see. Okay, so we see that it break that level on high time frame daily right there. Let's see, 9:30. Wow, see that? It flip, and look at the range right here on the open range at 18 right there. Let's see, we see any setup right there. So basically here we pay attention to this level. You see right there, that's the range right there. You see it's break, right, and test from below to see if reverse. Yep. So we keep rolling. Keep rolling right here. Okay, so 9:30, you see 90 coming. A test break, right? You see that level. Yep. Maybe we see better now. Okay, so keep rolling. 9:30 right there. Yes. See if it reverse. Boom. Wow. We were all the way at that low on high time frame right there. So 10 minutes into a 9:30 candle. Boom. Hey, yeah, now watch out. The minutes it break above the level of the 9:30. Let's see it can come down to the low. Then we have some setup. Yes, it looked like gonna come down. Oh yeah. Very interesting, huh? So let's see. Yes, so it's come down. It come out at that level. So we can see that, oh, right there, that's candle right after this this candle is the setup also. Let's take screenshot right here. So basically we see if we miss, at that level it matches with the high time right there. So basically you can see this is a neck leg down. You see the type 2 right here, test from below, break, and then reverse that type 2 right there. So you have a setup right there. Right, that's for the type 2 right here. Basically the level. First let let's extend it a little bit so we can see better. Much better. And let's see, we can make the let it be it's okay to leave it there, but you see that there, so basically test from below, break and reverse. That's the type 2 we're talking about right here. See that? That is right here. Test from below, break and reverse. Make the neck leg down. Yes, neck leg down right there. You see that? Test from below, break and reverse. That is the type 2 that we are talking about, and it's a retracement, and this is a retracement. First leg down, retracement, boom, neck leg down. Your target should be this low. You can let the winner run, but the target should be right there. So basically you have test from low, break it, and then and that is reverse or reclam right there. Reclam, which is neck leg down. So basically we have 4 breakout type 2 is neck leg down. That's continuation right there. So basically you have test from below, you break it, that's 3 steps, and then reclaim right away and make the leg down. So you have 9:30 right here, you have 45 and 10. So the continuation happen at 10 right there. We have to incorporate the time because the market is run by time. For breakout type 2, neck leg down. Alright, let's save this one. Alright, we just save it, and now let's see, keep rolling the tabs right here. Yep, so maybe you can see the level right here, or this level. You can see that the minute it rate the 9:30, it can flip because it's Monday. It already down the level, so just be careful. Don't let it run. Right. Maybe another time. You see right here this level. So you see that it tests from above, break, it could reverse. So that's the whole idea right there. Boom. Yes, it reversed right there. And boom, you see that that's create a double. The minute it go to the level right there, you see the setup again. In this case, breaks test from above, that's type 1 right there. But right here you do have, yes, so you should be finished. Right here is your targets for this setup, which is test from above, right, break, and if you see this one gonna be reverse. So in this case, it's also type 2, because test first. It tests first. So here's the break for breakout type 2. In this case, yeah, it is to, we're not sure to say right here is another retracement, right? Just it can be reverse or a continuation. So either case, so we just leave it right there. So basically you have test from above, you break it, and then you reclaim it. That's 3 steps right there. Let's save this one. Alright, so we put together for the setup on Monday. So right there, it feels like it's gonna continue breakdown, but as soon as it is with this low, which is self-liquidity, it reverses. So that's the type 2 right there. So it's test from above, break, and reverse. That's exactly the moment that it happened. So this one is about 11:15. Then when it finished the candle 11:15, so it closed 11:29, you see that it's break above that level. But the trick that if we want, so look at the high time frame, let us anticipate that this move is it's a retracement before next leg up. That's why if we look a little bit deeper in here, we're gonna see a double top pattern right there. Yeah, let's look right there into the chart on Monday. We will see. So here's on the, we look into live chart right there on Monday. You see that the high time frame level, and you can see that if we do right there, if we do a type 2 right here, then right here it form a double top. The neck leg down at 10. No, not at 10, but it's a neck leg down. Yeah, right at 10 we have a neck leg down, but somehow it's just flip it back, it make another retracement right there before making neck leg down. So it needs liquidity. Maybe at that moment it does not have liquidity. It's a little bit trickier, so you have to be patient. And right here is lined up so perfectly. Right here you have break, test from above, that's type 1 right there. And also if you look into the left, it become a double top pattern right here. That means you have break, reclaim, break, and then boom, we're gonna continuation right there. Yeah, so right here, but if you look close right here, is you have overlap, is type 1 right here, and let's see the level. Alright, here's the level we check on Monday, beginning of the day. So that level right there on Monday, you see that level, it come up at that level and then it break. That level is 6806.50. That this level is 68. Oh yeah, no, I think we should say this level. So that level is gonna be. So here's the daily, right? That's the candle we're talking about right there. So that level is pretty much right there. The low is 60.75. So 60.75. $60.75. That's the level, right? The low of the candle is 60.75, and we turn to the bottom. That's right. That's the level. So this level right here, 60.75, which is this right there. Yes, 75 right there. So you have right here double top and also a type 1 reversal for the second top right there. So basically right here, so we have a top 1, top 2, we have the double top right there. So that's the nomenclature this color was up. But for us, we see the setup, right? For the top 1 is the type 2 where test, break, and reverse. And right here is the type 1. So basically, we have break it at our level, it test from above, and then it's reverse or recline. And the time for that is. Okay, so what the glow of this one? Glow of this one is exactly at that level, 65 right there, 60.75. So we count the break is at 12:30. Yes, that's 12:30 break right there. So the break right here is at 12:30. Like annotate this one. So it's a beautiful setup. If we're patient enough, maybe we don't try this one, wait for this one, and as soon as we saw it, we see it, and then take it right away. So you have break it, that's the type 1 right there. Break first and the reversal. In this case, it reversed from this move, but if you look in a larger trend right here, it's a continuation right from the first leg down. And retracement, 2 leg retracement, boom. Then you have a neck leg down. And this one is the recline. Yeah, 12:30 is one of the critical time right there. So in this case is a for breakout type 1, and in this case it's not reversal, right? It's continuation, which is a neck leg down right there, and it's a 2-leg retracement. Right, retracement right here. Foot leg down, retrace one. That's the reason why it's a, you can classify this as a also a double top right there. Basically is break first, that's the type 1, and then you have test from above, and then you have reclaim. Yes, so it's just Monday. We have a lot of beautiful setup. For the setup right here, you don't let it run, but for the setup right here, you can let it run, let the winner run. So because the nature of the setup, so you know where to let it run. I note you can let the winner run, which is stay in the trade as long as we can, but for the other trade earlier, we should not do that because the liquidity is not there. It means to go down. Yes, you can let the winner run right there. Yeah, we just say let the winner run, right? Winner run. So basically you can stay in the trade as much as you can, but for the previous trade, then look at the early trade, you have to get out fast. The note we put right there, because the neck leg down is forming. So if we go in the trade, go long right here, then we need to get out fast because the neck leg down is forming right there. Yes, get out fast. Neck leg down is forming just right there. Exactly. See that? It make a neck leg down. All right, let's save this one. All right, just save it right there. So it's a neck leg down continuation, double top right there. So the double top can be in the retracement move right there, or it can be a up here. Yep. And we have the high time frame just right at that level. So beautiful forming right there. All right, now we go into Tuesday. All right, on Tuesday, we take this screenshot. Right here, you see the level right there. It's test from above twice, and now it's reclaimed that level. It's really sell off on Monday, right? Now look in the daily, you see that the Monday sell off. It broke down that level. You see that it's tap from above. Couple of time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then boom, on Monday it broke the level at 12:30. 12:30. Did you remember we talked earlier the double top on the 15-minute time frame, and the second top is the type 1 reversal right there. So beautiful, it broke down. And now look at the level, you can see that it's also test from above, 1, 2, 3. And now early on Tuesday, we already break that level. So it likely it's gonna come to this level. You see that it's gonna rate this level, either today or Wednesday. I mean, either Tuesday or Wednesday. All this level is gonna sweep because the down move is not finished yet. This down move is not finished yet. You have to have another liquidity sweep the low. That when it tells us that it's done with the sell side liquidity, and it's gonna reset and move the now leg up. The reset can be a type 2. Type 2 happen in the retracement way. You have huge leg up, and then you have retracement, and then now leg up right there. Alright, so that's what you anticipate. Let's look on the low time frame, 50 minutes, what we see. Just right there, you see that's the level that is broke right there. That's level 67, 60.75 right there. It broke that level on Monday, which is at 12:30. Right, and now we're gonna see it gonna continue to sell off. Yeah, on Tuesday, right there. So we already see the sell off on Asia, and the London is a retracement right there. Let's see if gonna make a little bit retracement and not a sell off right there. Now let's watch the tips we have for Tuesday. Alright, so now we have the tips for Tuesday rolling right there, and then we're gonna move to see what happened. Alright, so that's our 9:30 right there. 9:30. So we see any setup right there, maybe right here. Yes, so right there maybe we see something. Let's draw a beautiful line, and we go from there. It's all start with a beautiful line that we draw, the level we draw. That's it, unique a level. So this is the last candle range, and look at that. You have after that candle, you see that the minute that it go below that level, then it reversed, and now it's in that range. So right here, if you have break, reclaim, break, reclaim, and let's see it break right here, then it's gonna create a 4 breakout type 3 right there. Then it break the level, we can short them. Right, if you look right there, you see the first break, second break, okay, and now you're looking for the third break, and if you come back to level, then you know it's a 4 breakout type 3, and then you can short them. Alright, so that's our anticipate right there. Alright, let's see how is it move. Alright, keep in mind, boom. So it did not give us the type 3. That's okay. Wow, so it flipped at 9:30. Do we mix anything from here? Let's see why it's not. If we look at this level, what we see, you can see that it break. Yeah, that's from above. So if we go down there, we can short them. Wow, okay. So that can be the reason, and it did go down, break the level. Okay, that's 5. It's okay to make that trade. Oh, okay, so now do we have anything right here? Alright, so the level right there, you break it. Oh yeah, so right here, do we see anything? Yeah, right there we can see that that can be a good sub right there. You see that? Yeah. So actually it flipped. You see that? It flipped. Boom. It come back. So yeah, we may have set up right here. What do you see like that? They are just stand right there. Right? It's consolidating very hard right here at 15. Let's take a screenshot and we can see. So right here we have a setup right here. Finally, we'll wait until 3 p.m. right there. We may have a setup. So the setup right here is, we have to find a level that is back and forth. I think we do have a note right here. Yes, so we go with the level, right, which is level right there, the candle after expansion, which is this level right there. So at this level, what do we see? We do see the 4 breakout type 3. We love the type 3 because it's break twice. It gives more, probability. It make more conviction. So this level, you see that break 1, break 2, break 3 right there. And then boom, there's no reason to come back to level. So you come back to level in order to make a neck leg down right there, or reversal right there. Yes, at 15, the last hour, we need to accumulate liquidity, and then boom, it going down right there. So at 15, right, so that's the type 3 reversal we're talking about right there. Yes, so we put together both together. So you see that 4 breakout type 3, break 1, break 2, and then you have break 3. And there's no reason to come back to level. And like we say, the key level, it can be low time frame and also can be high time frame. It would be better if both of them is aligned or proximity. In this case, the high time frame just around that level right there. You see that? So a good setup. Yeah, so it's break 3 times right there. 1, 2, 3. We do the odd number because actually we have to annotate every time it break, it reclaim. So break 1 and then reclaim number 2 right there. That's the reason why they go to number 3, and then after number 3 you have reclaim and number 4, and then number 5 you have another break. But we're a little bit short on patience. So we just we try to save some time. So we just do the annotation for the break only, but for better understanding you need to do annotation on the reclaim also. But we try sometime, so we good. All right, so that's beautiful setup for Tuesday, and now we go into Wednesday. All right, let's open up the Wednesday to see what happened. Okay, so 2 days in a row you see the sell-off or down close, right? It break the level. You see that it did test above the level. And like we said earlier, we want to see it go down this. So it looked like it take 2 days, it's gonna take break. Right? It's gonna be do a little bit retracement right here, and then boom. The Friday gonna be a sell hard to finish the week like that we anticipate. So every level right here it break. It's the first level right here, it break on Monday. The level break on Tuesday. And it wait until very late into the game at 3 p.m. which is 15 hours to break that level. If that's so, let's look back on Tuesday. We will see that the setup we right there. Yes. Yeah, right there. That level right there. It did not, it tried many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then boom, it fell from there. So that's the level right there. It break that level when it go to open, right? It's open. Yeah, the open already break that level. If that's right, it's the London. Yeah, let's go back to the chart to see. So you go into, okay, so you see that open right there, it already break that, and the London and the BM on Tuesday just below that, that's the level, it already break it. Yep, it break in the Acer, then boom, you're gonna see a full breakout type 3 on Tuesday. Alright, let's go back on Wednesday right here. So we anticipate it can be a retracement, and then boom, it going down on Friday. Oh, on Thursday, and yeah, on Thursday. Is that right? Yeah, Thursday. Very interesting. So here's on November. No, this is the wrong screenshot. We need the okay, so here's the Wednesday right here. So you remember right here, the fall breakout type 3 happened on Tuesday, and the Wednesday is recovered from around that level. So right here, what do we see at the level? Break, reclaim, break 2, break 3, break 4, break 5. There's no way it come back to the level. It come back to level, then it's gonna break down and get all this solidarity. Alright, let's open the tabs on Wednesday. Alright, so here's we open the tab on Wednesday. So we anticipate if we go back to the level, it will show up. Yes. Ooh, see that? It look like, alright, so that the track. So very interesting, huh? Exactly at 9:30. Wow, we're so glad that it happened. So what do we anticipate? We thought that alright, if we go back there, we're gonna short them. The reason we want to short them because here is what we are thinking. It's break 1, break 2, break 3, break 4, break 5. There are no reason for it to come back here. Come back here, then we can short them. So our idea right here is gonna be a 4 breakout type 3. Right? In this case, between the best one, you only want 3 break. In this case, it gives you another 2 additional more. So let's see. Let's see why this case is may not be working. That's the beauty of discretionary trading. You see that it flipped. It go only after 4 minutes into 9:30 flip right there. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, let's stop right here. And do we have something right here interesting? So let's draw a level right here. This is a low time frame level, but it's very proximity with. So what do we see right there? Break test from below and what? Reclaim. That's a type 1 right there. Right, but if you play in the long, you can see in terms of 4 breakout, you can see this is break to long side, to the outside, and break 2 break, 3 break, and then this one is 4 break. There's no reason for it to come back here, and it gives us the reason to come back here. So we do have a 4 breakout type 3 for long side also. So you have both right there. Sometimes you better just have one side, either long or short. In this case, give you both. So it can go either way. So that's the whole idea. Right. So basically at 9:30 we have 2 setup. Right. One is short one. We anticipate gonna be. There's no reason to come back here. It come back here in order to be a neck leg down. But at the same time, if you look at the short, this is a short setup. But at the same time, if we look at the long setup, we do also have the type 3, which is break to the downside 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no reason for it to come back reverse to this level. It only come back reverse to level. Wow, I see now. Then is gonna be a reverse from here for the long setup. But keep in mind, earlier we already mentioned that we anticipate this one gonna be a retracement day, which is exactly it happened at 9:30 retrace, reverse back, because it down close for Monday and Tuesday. So it needs liquidity. It needs to build up sell liquidity. So it makes sense to go for long than for short. Yes, so that's the only reason why we need to, because it's 50% right here, 50 long, 50 short at this level. But we go with the long because on high time frame, let it know that it can be a retracement day. That's one of the reason. The other reason is we look on the low time frame, we say this right there is a type 1 reversals for the long setup. So it's much better, right? But you know what? Another reason that we don't want we go short You know why? Because at that level, you want it to better break it, not at the 930. Right? You want it to be you want to be you want it to be how do we put it into more yeah, you see that this already get a lot of sell side weight already. So this one, it must make more sense to do it alongside and short side. So that's what we come up in this situation right there. Alright, let's roll the tape to see what happened next. Will be very interesting. So we're gonna roll it faster. So let's see if we hit this high time frame up there, right? Let's see. Boom, it did. Wow. So if we catch that move, yeah, I think it make more sense go with the long setup than with the short setup. Let's take this screenshot. And do a little bit annotation right here. So basically we see the range right there. Yes, so you have a 4 breakout territory right there. You have break 1, break 2, break 3, and then another break right there. Last break. If 4 break, there's no reason to come back to level. So it's a 4 breakout type 3 long. At 0930 is a long setup right there. Let's save this one. Okay, so we save that right there and we run the tab back to finish the Wednesday. And we go back, look at the end of the day on Wednesday, we see this. So we know that, Wednesday is the retracement, and then Thursday can be a sell-off day, making a leg down, because the liquidity is still here. They haven't finished the down move yet. But if you look right here, you can see a type 2 right here, test from above, break and reverse. So we want to see if the Thursday is gonna be a follow through or it's gonna be a neck leg gap. So what we look on Thursday. But anyway, I think we got to wrap up here. We're grateful for your time and interest. We do what we love, and success coming our way day by day, little by little. In every way, we're getting better and better. Thank you and have a good night. See you next week.